Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when perfection comes, the imperfect disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish ways behind me. Now we see but a poor reflection. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love.
El amor nunca fenece, mas si hay profecías, se acabarán. Si lenguas, cesarán. Si ciencia, se acabará. Porque nuestra ciencia es imperfecta, y nuestras profecías son imperfectas. Mas cuando lo perfecto venga, lo que es imperfecto se acabará. Cuando yo era niño, hablaba como niño, pensaba como niño, razonaba como niño. Ahora que soy hombre, me he dejado de lo que era de niño. Porque ahora vemos por espejo, empañadamente, pero entonces veremos cara a cara. Ahora conozco en parte, pero entonces conoceré plenamente, así como he sido plenamente conocido. Y ahora permanecen la fe, la esperanza y el amor, estos tres. Mas el mayor de ellos es el amor.
It is significant that this renewal of vows is taking place during Lent, a celebration of renewal and rededication. Would you have guessed that 50 years ago, this marriage cost you $10? Wow, how things have changed. I assume it's worth more than that now?
15.
So tonight, we're going to take a word. I do hope you guys realize that this is being done in more than one language, that we have several languages represented here tonight. So the word salud. For those of you that speak Spanish, how would you translate the word salud? Health? What else?
Cheers!
Cheers! That's right. It works for everything. So we're going to take the word salud, and it's going to be an acronym. And it's going to describe what these two have been through in these short 50 years. Is that right? It's gone by fast. So salud. The S, sacrifice. In case you haven't known them long, that's almost the key word for them. When I was talking with Raphael, he said that was the key word for him. He wanted to go on a band trip one time. He explained it to his folks. So what did they decide to do? Make the sacrifice. Sandy worked at a Burger King as a host in the dining room. A very menial job, but guess what? It provided an experience for Raphael that you weren't going to get anywhere else. S, sacrifice. A, adventure. Brenda was the same way in describing something to me. She loved the trips to Disney World. Not only as a child, but now in taking her own children back. And how many of us can name off all the places these two have been on their travels? I've quit guessing. I just sit and listen to the stories. L stands for two things. Love and language. How many languages do we have represented here tonight? Okay, English and Spanish, I think we've got those. What other languages? Come on.
Tagalog.
Okay, what else?
Indian.
Indian? Okay.
Russian.
Russian. Others? German. Any others?
Filipino.
The language of love.
I like your... Have you been reading this? So many languages here. And it is about the language of love. Now, you have to have loved someone a whole lot to have mixed two different cultures here. Okay? You've got to understand how much she loved Jose, so much so that you want to tell him the story?
Oh,
This is your turn.
oh. Okay. Over the years, we have had a lot of amusing situations because of the difference in language. And I want to tell you what happened to me on my very first trip to Venezuela. And I'm going to tell this in Spanish because it happened this way, and it's funnier in Spanish, and Rafael will translate. La primera vez que fuimos a Venezuela, yo había estudiado español por solo un semestre y quería dejar una buena impresión en la familia.
The first time that I went to Venezuela, I had only studied Spanish for 1 semester, and I wanted to leave a good impression on the family.
Estábamos en la casa de unos tíos en Caracas. Yo estaba en la sala y los otros estaban hablando en la cocina.
I was at the house of some aunts and uncles in Caracas. The others were in the living room, and I was in the kitchen.
El cura vino a visitar, pero los otros no se dieron cuenta de su presencia porque estaban hablando.
The priest came to visit. I have many interpreters. But the others didn't notice that he was there because they were talking.
Yo fui a la cocina para decirles que el cura estaba.
And I went to the kitchen to tell them that the priest was there.
Pero usé la palabra incorrecta y yo dije el culo estaba.
But I used the wrong word, and I said that, I don't know how to say this in
Just
English.
say it.
I said that the ass was here.
Sometimes it fits.
And not the kind that you see pulling a car.
Okay, but you tried very hard.
That's right. You've got to give her credit for trying hard. And whenever they go on trips, wherever they're going, Sandy goes and learns the language.
So,
And it deepens the experience. That's a lot of love going on. Salud. The you. Understanding. You've got to have a lot of understanding if you're going to blend cultures and people and friends and languages. Look at what we have represented here tonight. That takes a lot of understanding, a lot of getting along. And the last, D, determination. These two couldn't have made it 50 years were it not for determination. Now, for those of you that are Missouri fans, they were KU. They were living in Lawrence. If any of us had been betting persons when they first got together, ask yourself if you would have bet on them to win, place, or show. Here's the situation. They met on a blind date. First red flag. They got married at the courthouse for $10. Is that a second red flag? Maybe. The first apartment where they lived was over a meat locker. We're not done. A rickety staircase led up the back through a dark hallway to the apartment. The sink backed up. Sewage backed up into the sink. You guys didn't know this?
I didn't know that.
Oh, it gets better. The roof leaked. So much so, this is a direct quote from Sandy, that if I had to spend an extended amount of time on the toilet, I had to use an umbrella. Would you have bet on this relationship to have lasted this long? But through salud, through friends, through family, through determination, understanding, love, adventure. They've made it this far. Isn't that something? Absolutely amazing. For your next 50 years, are you ready to renew your vows?
yes.
Yeah, I'm saying you are.
What?
I gotta work humor into this somehow. Sandy, Jose, will you two face each other and hold hands? Jose, you're up first. Will you repeat after me? I, Jose, want you, Sandy,
I also want you, Sandy,
for my wife,
for my wife,
my lover, and my friend.
my lover, and my friend.
I promise with all of my heart
I promise with all my heart
to love, cherish, and respect you,
to love, cherish, and respect you,
to care for you in good times and bad,
to care for you in good times and bad,
and to always be by your side.
always, and to always be by your side.
I promise to unite
I promise to unite
and love our families as one,
And no, I promise as one.
I promise to support you,
I promise to support you,
stand by you,
stand by you,
and be there for you
and be there for you
as we travel through life together.
as we travel through life together.
I promise to be faithful to you
I promise to be faithful to you
and keep myself only unto you,
and keep myself only unto you,
wanting no other,
wanting no other,
for as long as I live.
for as long as I live.
With these vows,
With these vows,
I promise with all of my heart
I promise with all of my heart
to love you forever.
to love you forever.
Sandy, will you repeat after me? I, Sandy, want you, Jose,
I, Sandy, want you, Jose,
for my husband, my lover, and my friend.
for my husband, my lover, and my friend.
I promise with all of my heart
I promise with all of my heart
to love, cherish, and respect you,
to love, cherish, and respect you,
to care for you
to care for you
in good times and bad,
in good times and bad,
and to always be by your side.
and to always be by your side.
I promise to unite
I promise to unite
and love our families as one.
and love our families as one.
I promise to support you,
I promise to support you,
stand by you,
stand by you,
and be there for you
and be there for you
as we travel through life together.
as we travel through life together.
I promise to be faithful to you
I promise to be faithful to you
and keep myself only unto you,
and keep myself only unto you,
wanting no other,
wanting no other,
for as long as I live.
for as long as I live.
With these vows,
With these vows,
I promise with all of my heart
I promise with all of my heart
to love you forever.
to love you forever.
Scripture.
But Ruth replied, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God."